The Force Awakens introduced two new TIE Fighter variants to Star Wars. Although visually they were very similar to the original TIE Fighter, they received some major upgrades under the hood. So in this video, let's compare the classic TIE with the First Order and First Order Special Forces versions. Something not completely obvious is the difference in size. The First Order versions were actually smaller than the Imperial models by over 2 meters. Their design was more compact and streamlined. Despite the smaller size, the Special Forces TIE cockpit had room for both a pilot and a rear-facing gunner. Other than size, the standard First Order TIE was very similar to the standard Imperial TIE. It did receive the expected upgrades and equipment that would be natural developments over the course of 30 years. The PS4 ion engines used at the time of the battles of Yavin and Endor had become the PS6 by the time of The Force Awakens. While we don't have a top speed recorded for the FO TIE, it was likely capable of faster speeds than that of the Empire's, which was clocked at 1200 kilometers per hour. The laser cannons seemingly had a much greater jump in technology, going from the LS1 model to the LS9.6. Again, it stands to reason that they were more powerful. Interestingly, the standard FO TIE removed the proton torpedo launcher that came equipped in Imperial TIEs. Like many of the Imperial starfighters, the First Order TIE was seemingly built to be an expendable unit intended to overwhelm smaller enemy forces. But the Special Forces TIE Fighter was where enhancements could truly be seen. These new ships were more heavily armed with a rear-facing LB-14 dual heavy laser turret and a missile launcher in addition to the two normal front-facing laser cannons. More importantly, these units were made less expendable with the inclusion of a shield generator and hyperdrive system, neither of which were installed onto Imperial or standard First Order TIE fighters. The Special Forces TIEs were more competitive with their enemy's main starfighter, the T-70 X-Wing, used by both the New Republic and the Resistance. Finally, where the standard Imperial and First Order TIEs were more reliant on the solar cells built into their wings, the Special Forces variants came with 2 ion reactors and pre-charged power cells that allowed for more efficiency in onboard systems. I like that the First Order wasn't able to upgrade their entire fleet to the same level of the Special Forces TIE. It's already questionable how they had the resources to create something on the scale of Starkiller Base, so having an entirely new starfighter line would have seemed like a little much, and I prefer that the First Order is almost the underdog in the current trilogy, or at least on level ground with the Resistance. That's it for today. If you haven't already, please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel to see new Star Wars videos every day, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.